Hi, I'm Lynn, and today we're going to have some fun with popcorn balls. It's such a fun, nostalgic treat, and you can really get creative with it and add all kinds of different add-ins like chocolate and coconut, or make it spicy. So I'm just going to show you the basic technique, and then you can have fun with it and make whatever kind you like. So the first thing you want to do is you have to add sugar, brown sugar, packed, light corn syrup, some thick stuff, water, salt, and a little bit of white vinegar. So what you're going to do is you're going to heat this at medium heat until the temperature comes up to 260 degrees. They call that a hard ball state. Highly recommend you get a candy thermometer, because unless you've made caramel and things like that a lot, it's really hard to gauge when exactly it's ready. So this is going to take about 10 minutes, and then we're going to check back and make the popcorn balls. Okay, so our caramel has reached 260, and what we're going to do now is we're going to turn the flame down to low, and we are going to add our butter. It'll sort of foam up, don't worry. Just stir that right in and let that melt. And that's all you need to do, is let that melt. So actually I'm just going to I'll keep it at low until that melts. In the meantime, I'm going to add these marshmallows because I want them to get nice and melted by the caramel. I'm not going to add the peanuts yet because the peanuts might float to the bottom and they won't distribute well. So let's just get this mixed in. And you got to work pretty quickly. So as soon as this is done, we're going to add it in a stream over the popcorn, add in the peanuts and a little cayenne for some kick, and then start mixing it around with this wooden spoon that has a little oil on it so that the caramel doesn't stick to it too much. And then as soon as it's easy enough to handle, we're going to start making the popcorn balls. Okay, I think this is good to go. The butter separates a little bit. Don't worry about that at all. I mean, butter on popcorn, what's better than that, right? Plus the caramel. So, all right, here we go. So just going to pour it in a stream. Nice and gooey. Melt those marshmallows. Rockin'. Yum. Smells really good. All right, so here we go. Now we're just gonna quickly blend it all together. Make sure all the popcorn is covered. Man, this looks good. All right, so now I'm gonna add in those peanuts. Whatever you decide to add in, don't add too much stuff, because then, the caramel won't stick to everything. So, be creative and add whatever you like, but don't go too crazy so that the ratio is off, basically. This is really coming together nicely. And as I mentioned, I like the little kick because, it's pretty sweet. So the cayenne just gives a nice contrast. And you don't really taste it right away. You sort of taste the sweetness and then just that little bit of heat in the back of your throat. It's yummy. It sounds a little crazy, but we did a taste test at the office, and this was the winner. So hopefully you all like it. And again, obviously, if you don't like it, don't do it. You can do whatever you want. So what I've done is I just have a cookie sheet with parchment paper, or you could grease a cookie sheet if you don't have parchment paper. And you just pick it up and shape it into nice little tasty balls. And you can do whatever size you want. There are no rules about this whatsoever. But, don't make it too big, because people are probably just going to want one of these little guys. But I think these are great for, if you have people over to watch the game, you want something sweet in the house to contrast with all the savory stuff you have, or nice for parties. It's really fun to get kids involved so that they can, you could put out all the different toppings and say, what do you want in yours? And you could even split the popcorn up into 2 or 3 bowls and do different add-ins in the different ones. And it's a fun opportunity to be creative but not complicated. The hardest part is the caramel, and as you can see, it's not hard, but you really just should have a candy thermometer so you get the perfect consistency to your caramel. So have fun with popcorn balls. Hope you make these.